Hello YouTube. Is there a connection of ancient Sumer to the people of Siberia? Let's find out if we can, and what we can. Discovered a few years ago in the Yarkovsky district, a bronze dagger with a zoomorphic openwork finial belongs to the so-called Semino-Turbinsky cultural phenomenon. The district is located on the territory of the West Siberian Plain. The dagger was created about 3,500 years ago. Andrei Borodovsky, a professor at the Novosibirsk State Pedagogical University, abbreviated as NSPU in English, came to this conclusion. The dagger belongs to the mysterious Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon, a complex of archaeological sites known for their highly high-tech bronze products made by thin-walled casting. Once upon a time, this technology became a real breakthrough in metalworking in northern Eurasia. The artifact, made around 15th to 14th centuries before Common Era, was found in the Tumen region by chance. As is often the case with unique objects, they were excavated where the archaeologists did not expect to see anything like this. A serpentine ornament, which impressed archaeologists, is reproduced on the blade of the ancient dagger. The pommel depicts two bulls on a leash, with rope rings threaded through their noses. As noted in the NSPU, the appearance of animals with massive arch horns allows us to draw analogies with the images of bulls on the reliefs of ancient Sumer. It is the name of the south of Mesopotamia in cuneiform texts. The ancient population of southern Mesopotamia, who spoke Sumerian, is also associated with this concept. Andrei Borodovsky also drew attention to the bracket above the bulls' heads. It symbolizes the world tree. This component is found for the first time in the artifacts of the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon. This is a common name for archaeological sites with specific bronze finds. According to Professor Borodovsky, this element can symbolize the world tree, one of the key images in the mythology of many ancient peoples of Eurasia, embodying the connection between different levels of the universe. If you go through my videos about Eurasia and strange people who live there, or maybe people with strange customs, to us, strange not to them, and ancient cultures of the region, you will find also depictions of the world tree and a few other effects that I describe in this video. Scientists know that such a component is found in the artifacts or products of the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon for the first time. Really. So it helps the Tumen region discovery be more valuable and significant for understanding the worldview of ancient inhabitants of these places. The massive arch horns of bulls allowed archaeologists to draw interesting parallels with the images of bulls found on ancient Sumerian reliefs and on the tops of ritual beer-drinking pipes found in the famous Maykop Kurgan or mound in the Caucasus. It is reported that the study of that dagger helped the Doctor of Historical Sciences and the archaeologists to understand the details of the sacrificial ceremony more than 3,000 years ago. If you look at the history of bulls in religious cults, they were originally deities, revered, worshipped by a wide variety of people from Egypt to India. In India, this attitude has persisted to this day, and the dagger from the Tumen region demonstrates how Siberian people's views on bulls changed 3,500 years ago, from sacred animals to sacrificial ones, according to the Russian professor. The subject made it possible to trace the progress in the religious consciousness of the inhabitants of Eurasia in the early days, he stressed. So far, only one such dagger has been known. It was discovered in the Gorny Altai area 90 years ago, but that artifact is much worse preserved. The Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon is known for the developed forms of bronze weapons made, as I told you, by thin-walled casting. This was a technological breakthrough in the metalworking in northern Eurasia. Almost all the large burial grounds where this phenomenon is represented are located at the confluence of large rivers, at the crossroads of waterways in Eastern Europe and Western Siberia. Everywhere, archaeologists found similar metal implements, many weapons, fork-shaped spears, daggers, and axes, the so-called Celtic axes, or Celts. The university recalled that spears and arrowheads found in the Omsk region belong to the same Semino-Turbinsky cultural tradition. They gave Andrei Borodovsky reason to assume that the two-faced god Janus could have come from Siberia. In the mythology, and this is very interesting, of ancient Rome, Janus or Janus was the god of new beginnings. He was associated with doors and gates and the first steps of a journey. In most portrayals, Janus is depicted as having two faces, looking in opposite directions. In one legend, Saturn bestows upon him the ability to see both the past and the future. In the south of Western Siberia, as well as throughout Eurasia, the idea of a Janus-like deity was formed, which we know thanks to the ancient tradition, the Russian scientist recalled. Recent finds indicate that in the Bronze Age, there was also a cult of a two-faced deity in Siberia. In other words, the results of the excavations in the Sidelnikovsky district of the Omsk region may lead to a revision of the history of the two-faced Janus. So there's much more than traces of Sumerians and ancient Indians in Siberia. Those I discussed, the India connection, in my videos about Lake Baikal. Now, the Tyumen artifact will also be further investigated. Experts do not rule out sensational conclusions. Listen to this. According to other experts, the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon is a unique archaeological phenomenon that unites a group of strikingly similar archaeological sites located in the vast territory of northern Eurasia. Despite the considerable geographical distance between them, these monuments demonstrate an amazing unity of material culture, especially in relation to metal products. Most of the large burial grounds of this phenomenon are located strategically in important places, again, near the confluence of large rivers, at the intersection of ancient waterways connecting Eastern Europe and Western Siberia. A distinctive feature of all monuments of the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon is a similar metal inventory, which is based on weapons, characteristic fork-shaped spears, like I said, elegant daggers, and very unique Celtic axes. We know how they were produced with this thin-walled casting technology. But it made it, by the way, possible to create light but durable and elegant bronze products, like came from nowhere. At the end of the second millennium before Common Era, the tribes living in the Volga River regions continued the development of technologies for bronze casting. So in the burial ground near the Seyma station, near the city of Gorky, remarkable samples of the foundry of that era were found. These were Celtic axes, spearheads that had spread to the Danube, Yenisei River, and the Issyk-Kul, that mysterious lake in Central Asia, where you can find videos in my channel about it, a lot of paranormal phenomena. So it was the original forms of daggers and equally original combat knives. It can be assumed that the masters or craftsmen who did all this were familiar with the works of the founding workers from the territory of the present-day Hungary and up to the very remote China of the Shang-Yin era. Do you understand the spread of this culture? And we're not even talking, this is the other experts, about Sumer or Mesopotamia. The territory of Gorny Altai has been identified by scientists as archaeologists as the origin point of the cultural mystery called the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon. So they point to another location. The phenomenon of the Semino-Turbinsky is an event that occurred about 2200 to 1900 before Common Era. Archaeological evidence indicates the sudden spread of bronze artifacts made using cast iron casting methods. A technology completely unknown in other regions where Stone Age hunter-gatherers or pastoralists with simpler metallurgy methods had previously lived. The metallurgical influences of this stylistic form not only spread far, but also had a significant impact on the metallurgical traditions in the western and eastern Eurasian steppes, like savanna, plains, northern China, and throughout the northern Eurasian belt. According to Russian archaeologists Chernik and Kuzmin, the origin of the Semino-Turbinsky phenomenon is located in eastern Kazakhstan and Xinjiang, in the territory where the Altai and Tian Shan intersect, connecting Central Asia and Siberia. I have videos about quite strange phenomena out there. You can find them. I try to bring more information about all aspects of such phenomena. In addition, the archaeologists also claim that the basis of this phenomenon, in their opinion, was a group from the Altai and Jungaria region, which represented pastoral people who work with metal. The ancient craftsman people and the demiurge creator was the source of this new metalworking tradition and spread through Siberia to Europe. The authors called them the forerunners of Genghis Khan, referring to their expansion to the west. After 1900, before Common Era, the phenomenon stopped, but the metalworking style continued to spread throughout Eurasia. But beyond the core of Western Altai and the Middle Irtysh, the Semino-Turbinsky horizon no longer represented a culture, but a series of original and distinctive new types of metals that quickly spread across the forest steppe zone from east to west. And of course, we know that the Novosibirsk archaeologist is of the opinion it was the Sumer as the place that has contacts with ancient Siberia. So I anticipate that sometime in the near future we should hear about his sensational conclusions. I found other traces of ancient Sumer in the lands that comprise modern Russia. And again, if you look through my videos, you will see such. That's what I wanted to let you know today. And I'll bring more information about very interesting archaeological finds in Eurasia that most people in the West don't ever hear about. If you like my research, if you can support my research, please do so through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Please like my videos. Please subscribe to my channel. Make sure they notify you when the new videos come. Thank you for your attention to my work.